Righty ho, weird bug. Here we go from basically the scratch of how I do it. So I have one axe. Here's the axe. And I want the axe to do things, like move a bit. In other words, I want it holding in a position which the mount point here is different. So we're going to go to armature. Idle bake. Now the first 10 seconds, as I said, first 10 frames are just moving it to the point I want it to be at, and basically I want it to loop its animation in that position for when it's being held in idle. Okie dokie. Get rid of that. Bound zone, this is how I export stuff. Amateur. 0 to 20 frames down here. Yeah, 20, good, right. File, export, FBX, anim idle, selected only, armature, no leaf burns, bake animations, everything off, simplified to 0, sampling rate 1, bump, it's out, FBX, it's here, copy. Put it all the way into our animation thing here. That's a folder for talk. Let's boot up talk. Let's get it in. Da, da, da. Open world editor. Asset browser, event module, shapes, melee weapons, long axes, animations. Let's go in. Now we'll hit it again to get the DSQ through. Switch idle animation. Let's have a look at this. What's it look like? There's the bounding box, ambient. Goes out, yeah, looking good. Okay, let's go back for 3. So the actual animation I want starts at 10. There you go, 10. We go all the way to the end. Ooh, it's retracted. Retracts between 90 and 30. Boo, didn't really want that. Certainly didn't say it on the animation. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is file, exit, quit. Crash horribly, never mind. And okay, we've got it on the long axe anim FBX on load. I'm going to have this cycling, so it's going to keep looping round, but I only want it to do 10 to minus 1. I'm actually going to put that to 10 to 18. Actually, I put it to 16 just for, I'm going to do 12 to 16 just so everybody knows that it should basically be static animation. Okay, load up. Single player event mode level warband test. It's only me who's going to appear. I'll be holding an axe. And something funny's happening, as you can see. He's holding it in the correct position, but then it's shooting out back to root. And it shouldn't be doing that if it's between 12 and 16. So let's have a look in Shape Editor. Okay, yeah. Right, what we want is that axe, and we want to have a look in the shape editor, and here we are in the shape editor. So let's have a look down to idle. Now I thought we said before that frames 12 to 16 were all the same. Okay, let's just stop the loop for a minute and pause it. let's go to 0 and 20. Let's drag this all the way back to thingy, and let's go, there you go, okay, and let's put loop back on so we can see it looping. Okay, as expected. Right, let's stop that. And we're at 18.8, so we go back, yeah, 18, 16, 15, 40, it's all the same, it's all the same. Once we hit underneath, then, yeah, as expected, all the way back to its root point. But we don't want it at its root point, and the 20 again, right at the end, is slamming in. So we're going to go to 18, because we agreed 18 is fully open. And we're going to bring this down to, what the heck was that? That just happened. We're going to bring it down to 12 again. Okay, so we're agreed. Whoa, what was that? So we're now just going to play between them. And it's compressing the entire animation between these frames now. Stop off. Right. And we get out of it. And we're back to agreeing, now I roll my back and forth, that the animation should be set at the same frames and the same frame positions. But we press play and it isn't. The entire animation again being compressed just into this one area. Hence why I said this is a bit odd. Okay, let's go back to Blender and File and just New, General. Now I don't want to save. And we're just going to import the FBX, which we exported. FBX, animation idle, animation armature. All this is auto stuff. Same with Tox imports, I'd like to point out. Everything is on default. So what's different here is, apart from it's made my bone enormously big, where misses. If we have a look at the dope sheet, the first 10 are putting it into the position it should be, and then the next 10 are leaving it there. So that's exactly what I was expecting. But in talk, that's not what's happening. And as I say, it's compressing that there. Just into here, the entire animation being compressed for baffling reasons. As I say again, I mean, he's holding it in the right place now, but that's because I turned the thingy off, wasn't it? Loop. I turned the loop off, so he's played it once. Hang on. So if I do an attack, there you go, and then there's that. There you go. He's back to where it was. Anyway, hero dot mount image lance spear image 0. Right, and does a stabby thing. Now notice there's no jerk on this one, and it's the same type of animation, it's the same, you know, but it's not doing the pop. And the annoying thing is this is now an FBX as well, and I can't tell the damn difference why the other one isn't working. Anyway, that's my bug report, which, as you can see, kind of needed, video explanation. Bye!